Alright, so you want to be healing your team because you want to be building your ult fast enough. You want to be building your ult so your ult is ready to counter a play that they make. On defense, you want to use your ult less often or less liberally than on offense, because your ult isn't for just making a bunch of plays, as many plays as possible like on offense. Your ult is for countering plays, so you just want to have it available and ready to counter as many plays as possible. That's what your ult is for. You want to have it to counter plays.
Their diva just is trying so hard.
So yeah. So stay around the team. He's doing really nice right now.
Really low.
He's doing really good right now. He's healing pretty much 4 people consistently. That's a lot of healing he's getting. Yeah, he doesn't need to switch to a speed. There's no reason to switch to a speed. Only switch to your speed for specific purposes, for things you couldn't otherwise accomplish with your healing buff, with just your normal movement. There are very few situations where your speed is necessary. Your Lucio's movement is really good without the speed.
Ganymede, do you know if Diva's defense matrix adds anything to her, like damage or anything when she?
No, it just blocks. Diva's defense matrix just blocks damage.
Does anything happen?
He's really paranoid because he didn't know how Zarya worked. He didn't know that if you shoot Zarya's shield, she gets more damage. That's a core part of her character. And Zarya was wrecking him. And so now he's really paranoid. But no, Diva's defense matrix just blocks damage. Yeah, stay elevated. Stay elevated. Nice. He needs to be more elevated. He's not elevated at all. But no one's punishing him for staying on the ground. So there's not a character that's like screams, you need to be on the elevation. So they don't have a Pharah. They don't have a Junkrat. They do have a Winston. Winston can wreck some face. They don't have a Reaper or a Mei. All these characters are really good. See, look at that. Look at that. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Like he was above Pharah, and he
I'm not dead. I just expected I was gonna die.
Oh, he was on the ground, so he's really target. But he was above Pharah, so he completely. She did no damage to him at all. Not with her abilities, and he actually was able to attack her from the air. That was great. That was pro play. Now, if only he stayed on the elevated position instead of, going down to the ground. It'd be cool if he came down, punched Pharah, got to the ground, jumped up, and punched Pharah again. I don't know. He should have been immediately trying to get back up on the elevated position as soon as he hit the ground. He jumped off the elevated position to punch Pharah, which is funny. I think he did damage to her. I think he might have killed her. I think she died, and he helped. But that was great. Stay elevated, guys. It helps a lot. And good ult, by the way. Like he's playing team.
On the ground. What is she doing?
Ironic. Ironic that the Lucio who's on the ground is talking about someone else being on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. Get off the ground. This Lucio's on the ground. What are you doing? Get off the ground, bro. Get off the ground. All his deaths are on the ground. I think 95% of his deaths, or more like 90. He hasn't died too much, but 90% of his deaths are on the ground.
Shit.
He can prevent 90% of his deaths by not being on the ground. Because there's too much stuff to keep track of.
Oh, what the fuck?
I mean, you just give yourself peace of mind. There's just so much less to worry about when you're in there. You don't have to worry about Reinhardt's charge. Reinhardt is another person you have to worry about on the ground, but only for that charge, only for that one ability. You don't have to worry about the charge when you're on the ground, or when you're there. You just don't. You don't have to worry about Junkrat's bombs, really, when you're on the ground. I mean,
would usually suggest, and that is I'm on the ground a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
Diva's defense matrix make that sound before.
Yeah, he completely. You just don't have to worry about Reinhardt's charge when you're when you're elevated.
I need to use it. I'll use it here.
Good ult. That was a good ult. I approve of that ult. Make some plays with that ult. Movement just knowing how to use moves with me is so beneficial right now.
Get this Diva down.
And Diva. Okay, who's okay? There you go. Hey, and he dapping up his teammate while he's at it. Like that was nice. That was nice. Like he's been healing consistently, like 3 or 4 people. Which means he's getting his ult really fast. He's already at 70%. He just used his ult. So good.
It's just a little strange because it is arguably much easier for Pharah to stay off the ground.
Oh, yeah, most definitely it is. It's not even arguably. It is way easier for Pharah to stay off the ground. But it's equally as important for both Lucio and Pharah to be off the ground. Yeah, it's harder. It is hard. It's hard to stay off the ground as Lucio. It's more work. It's definitely more work, but it's just as important as Pharah. It's as important as it is for Pharah because you survive longer. You spend less time worrying about. You spend less time dying. It increases your damage because the time you would use like trying to escape or survive, you can now use to put out damage and to heal appropriately and to be more map aware. It's just as important to be elevated as Lucio as it is with Pharah.
Oh God, please.
This guy. Alright, so oh wow, that's low health targets. Alright. Yep. That's one of the good times to use your speed buff. So when you're escaping something like that. Otherwise, 90% of the time you need to be healing.
Get up there! Get this down!
Yeah! Oh boy.
God damn it.
I wonder what happened. I wonder if he was on the ground. On the ground. And he got killed by Diva. How shameful. Like, Diva's really... It's really hard for Diva to kill a good Lucio. He got killed by Diva. But Diva's just... Her damage is all close range, man. And a good Lucio should never be close. I mean, he should be... His movement should mean he's wherever he wants to be, which means he should be mid-range or long-range from Diva. Even with her little charge thing, which is on a cooldown. Lucio's movement isn't on the cooldown. I mean, he has the speed, but he doesn't need that to get away from her. He can go wherever he wants to.
Where's their team?
His wall climb isn't on the cooldown. Like, it's... You shouldn't die to Diva. He's on the ground, though, so, you know, what more can you expect, right? When you're near the ground, you die. This is how it is. When you're on the ground, you die. That's the rule. That is the rule. This is where you want to be right now. Look at that. Look how easy. He can just back up. And he's out of the range of the high note. Like, elevation is just so good. Snipers know what they're talking about. Like, when snipers get in a sniper's perch, they know the power of elevation. Like, he just backed up a little bit, and he is automatically out of the range of that high note. Damn! Great ult. Great ult. Rains from above. He needs to get off the ground, but that was a great ult. So when you're ulted, you can go a little bit more ham. That's a good opportunity to go ham. But as soon as that overrun is out, you need to be up on the elevation again. Heal it. There you go.
Stay with my team.
There you go. Stay with that team. That's what I like to see. Doing it big. Look at they're smashing now. Like they've barely even pushed the payload since they started playing more team oriented. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna die to that. Yeah. Yeah. Smash. Smash face. Alright guys, this has been Professor Ganymede with some Overwatch support, commentary, and analysis. Next time provided the gameplay. If you enjoyed the video, please support us on our Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Links below. Like, comment, subscribe. I read all the comments, and thanks for watching.